There was drama in Kingston, there was drama in Montego Bay, and there was drama in the JFF elections. Well, we'll not touch that one there. Welcome to Match Week 8 review show. Yes, YouTube was gone long time. We're back at it. And it was a fun drama weekend in the Jamaica Premier League Match Week 8. I've got to start one place, and one place we can start is the early game at Hall, where it was drama before the two teams even took to the pitch, as Mylons had a new coach on the bench and Lime Hall had a new coach on the bench. Both teams sit side by side in a relegation battle, and both teams are winless. So this was a big game for both sides. And did it produce anything? Did any team finally get a first win on the board? No, it never really happened that way at all. The game finished 0-0. If you were betting money, you probably could make a little money on that. You probably saw that coming. But you would think with both teams so desperate that they will manage to eke out a win somewhere. But I can tell you from the match happened that there was an actual effort from Molynes in this one. Molynes really tried their best to eke out a victory here. We should also mention that before the game started, as I said, new coaches are in place and 4 to 5 changes were made to both teams' lineup, but it made no difference, honestly. You saw an uptick in the performance in both sides in the first 15 minutes of the game, where both teams were back and forth, but as usual, wayward finishing was the Achilles heel for both teams. As the game wore on, Molynes took more and more control of the match, and it was for a stellar performance. Once again, I think so far, Kevin Graham is Lime Hall's best player of the season so far. Lime Hall would be down by 2 or 3 goals. He really put a stellar performance. But it was more than just the defenders. Molynes really need to find a way to get their goal scoring up and going, because they really produced some decent chances, but just could not hit the target. Let's see the stats back that up really. Alright, 11 total shots by Molynes compared to Lime Hall 4. 4 shots on target by Molynes compared to Lime Hall 1. And there were 4 corners compared to 1. 3 yellow cards by Lime Hall side. So yeah, basically as I said, it marked up what I watched on Sunday, that Molynes were getting in and around the box and just could not hit the target. I don't even remember Lime Hall keeper making off no real major saves in this game. And for a team that is desperate for victory and you're playing against another team that is so poor, it's not looking good in terms of that. It really needed this victory. And if it can't be Lime Hall, who can you beat really? But again, at least it's not another loss for both teams, but a draw helps neither. So the new coaches start with a point apiece, and that was Molynes 0, Lime Hall 0. We're going to move on to the other game on Hall, and you would think with these two powerhouse teams that goal scoring will be a bit easier, a bit better, and they'll show these bottom teams how it's done. Well, Molynes were on a 6-game winning streak, welcome Waterhouse were on a 3-game losing streak, and the game finished 0-0. There were no goals in St. Anne on Sunday. We witnessed some decent football by both teams, but what really hurt both of them again was some rather daft and horrible finishing. Some of the poorest I've seen this season. It is crazy how poor the finishing was in this game for some of the 2 elite teams in the league. We were wondering leading up to this game, who and how can you stop Mount Pleasant? And in the end, Mount Pleasant really stopped themselves, because their build-up play was just as good. It's just that they could not finish to save their life. It was an off day for them. And if Waterhouse, Denard Thomas was on sync, they would have been 3-4-0 down as well. Thomas got such glorious chances and just could not finish. And in the end, it almost came down to a penalty for Mount Pleasant, where the referee gave, but it was overruled, which is good to see that they're working together. The assistant referee overruled it, and the play was waved off. And you look at the replay, it was clear the guy was not touched. I wouldn't say initially dive, but he was not touched at all, and the right decision was made. So yeah, how was the stats though? Did the stats back that up? Let's see, shots on target in this game, only one between the two teams, and it's by Waterhouse. And I think that's when Javier Bryan came off the bench and made a decent shot on target, where the keeper have to keep down and safe. Yellow card, total shots overall was 9 apiece, and in the end it was yellow card 3 apiece as well. More Pleasant as usual at 62 possession which is majority in the game. So yeah, kind of disappointed in this one. I was hoping a bit more out of it, especially from Mount Pleasant, but at 0-0 it is. Mount Pleasant remain on top of the table as well as unbeaten, but even them know that their next game they have some work to do on the training ground in terms of finishing. While Waterhouse can take heart in this one that they didn't lose, but again they find themselves not scoring. So that was Mount Pleasant 0, Waterhouse 0. We'll move on to a much more exciting drama game here at Westport Park as Montego Bay welcome the visit of Portmore United. I honestly view this game where Montego Bay will be struggling a bit to break out a resolute Portmore defense as one of the best in the league so far this season, but the game produced nothing but drama up to the very end. Brown got the goal scoring started for Montego Bay after he equalized in the 67th minute after a rescue 54-minute goal for Portmore. So all action happened in the second half. Portmore went ahead with Walsh in the 69th minute, and at this point I was thinking that Portmore is going to lock up shop and Moby is going to find them hardest way to break in. And they did to extend to them. Moby peppered the goal but could not find a breakthrough until again Brown got a brace in the 90th minute. I would think a 2-2 draw would probably be fitting, would be just right. But out of nowhere, on the last minute of the game, they found the winner in the 93rd minute. So Moby finally got another win on them board. 3-2, exciting 3-2 win over Portmore. And I said it before, Montego Bay is much better at Westport Park on their travels. While Portmore must be wondering what's happening, how they let Moby back in the game after taking a 2-1 win, and their usual stellar defense let them down here. Let's look at the stats for this game. Here are the stats. Total shots 7 to Montego Bay, 8 to Portmore. But Moby had 4 on target compared to Portmore's 2. There was 4 yellow cards for Moby, 3 for Portmore United. So yeah, it was a pretty even game. It was that in the first half, Portmore was doing really well at locking down Montego Bay. Then they coughed up the first goal in the second half. But once they got to 2-1, I thought they was on the lock-up shop, which they tried, but Montego Bay found the way through. This is a big boost for Montego Bay, and hopefully they can bring some of this on the road in the next match. While Portmore, after this regroup, I don't think Portmore is going to worry too much about this result, but they're going to regroup and try again in their next game. So again, it finished Montego Bay 3, Portmore United 2. Down to the Monday Nighters, right? This is a Stadium East, and it's a place where Vere seems to not like to come in. It seems that every time Vere comes to Stadium East, apart from their game against Mylons, they don't do well. Well, I was predicting a high-scoring game in this one, and while they were back and forth for a while, and some big open chances, Arnett eventually took control of the game. Arnett especially looked at ease in the second half, especially. But they actually broke through early in the first half, in the 31st minute, before they even finished off the game in the second half by the youngster they called National, as Thomas got the second goal. That brought the comments back for Vere United. I do give Vere some credit though. They were nowhere to be seen in the first half, and the coach made a smart change by bringing a Mylons at the start of the second half. They brought some creativity up front, and they saw them creating much more chances, including one where he got a one-on-one with the keeper, and Edwards had to pull off the save for the Junglists. So Vere will be feeling that way. They still have the issue traveling into Kingston, especially when they come to Stadium East. But Arnett looking good again, and they seem to be showing up defense a bit better, and they just need to keep the attack going, and they seem to be racking up the table. They currently sit second, so they're looking good. So what does the stats say? In the stats now, Arnett by far had the more total shots. They had 15 on the board compared to Vere's 4. As I said, Vere was nowhere to be seen in the first half. Arnett had 5 shots on target, while Vere had 0 on target. I'm not sure that stat is exactly correct, because I think Maitland's shot in the one-on-one was going on target, but officially it said it's giving us no shot on target here. 12 corners to Arnett compared to Vere's 2, show the dominance by Arnett. So again, another easy win for Arnett, another going back to the drawing board for Vere. So again, it finished Arnett 2, Vere 0. Now to finish stuff is one of the best games we've seen all seasons. Tivoli at home, well, at Stadium East, against a very plucky Treasure Beach. The game finished 3-2, and it was another last minute goal that bring the drama in this one. This game was an interesting game because while Tivoli raced into a 2-0 lead, Treasure Beach wasn't playing poorly. Treasure Beach actually did some decent build-up play, and just once they reach into the enemy penalty box, they just look all out of sort. So you think that, well, they just have to show that up and they'll get something kicking. But 2-0 down, most of us thought this game is over and we can go and prepare for our work the next morning. Just to find out of nowhere, in the 79th minute, Thompson found a goal, and then Smith, from the free kick, found the equalizer, and the place erupted into raptures after that. At 2-2, Tivoli looked stunned. Jerry looked at the board wondering what just happened. Treasure Beach delirious, thinking, say, yes, we'll sneak a point out of this. Just for a last minute corner to see Lewis at the end of a ball, free in the box, to finish off a volley and finish the goal to bring the win for Tivoli. Some can say Tivoli were a bit lucky in this one, but I thought they controlled the game and somehow just let Treasure Beach back in it. While Treasure Beach should really take heart. I've said it before in the preview game, they're not a team to take lightly, and they're proving it once more with some brilliant display, and they probably should really have showed up and get the point out of this one after coming back. But they will take heart in this. I expect them to give other teams trouble this season. While Tivoli can feel good that their attacking players are on the scoreboard again. Justin Dunn again scores, and they should take this going forward. As the stats are saying now, 10 total shots by Tivoli compared to 8 by Treasure Beach. Tivoli has 6 on target while Treasure Beach had 5. 7 corners to Tivoli to Treasure Beach 1. So yeah, the stats read, as I said, in the runner play, it didn't really see Tivoli was that far ahead at Treasure Beach. Yes, they had a 2-0 lead, but I felt Treasure Beach was always in this game, and they proved it while they come back in the last part. But credit to Tivoli, they cried it out and they got the victory, which is all that matters in these close games. So again, it finished Tivoli 3, Treasure Beach 2. So yes, guys, that was match week 8. Brilliant, some real good football played, and some horrible finishing was on display in Jackson. I'm not sure if the pitch caused it, because I really can't believe some of the finishing I saw in Jackson. But those happen from a long season. You expect a team like Mount Pleasant to get that right going forward. But credit to Montego Bay, credit to Arnett, and credit to Tivoli for winning in match week 8. So before we go, we have to touch on the fact that Cavalier, who did not play this match week, of course, are going and getting ready for their second leg of the Caribbean Cup that will be at the National Stadium tomorrow. And I think it's 1,000 to go in the grandstand. They need the support. I really hope a Jamaican team cup this. They're down a goal in the aggregate, and they just need to keep Robin Hood off the board and score 2, which is well in their right. I can see them doing that. Robin Hood, last time they came to Jamaica against Harborview, they lost 3-2. So here's hoping Cavalier can pull it off and carry a home trophy in the Caribbean Cup for Jamaica. Anyway, guys, that's everything here from match week 8. Another great week. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about the 2 last minute goals in both the Portmore game and the Tivoli game, as well as how do you feel about the fact that Mylons and Lima still could not buy a win even against each other. For everything else at the Jamaica Premier League, you're already at the right place. Jean-Pierre Fan. See you next time.